Hi guys. Hi guys. My name is Bimles Jha and today is day 44 of cracking cat in 120 days. And this is my morning schedule where I do English speaking practice with the help of ChatGPT. But for last 2 days, ChatGPT was not working properly. That's why I only communicating verbally with means without any questions. I just talk verbally. I just talk openly, randomly. So today Wi-Fi is working. So I am going to share you my screen where I will ask chat to ask me questions and I will reply their answers. So I am taking you guys to my screen. So here you guys can see this is about 2 days earlier. Now I am going to ask chat about today. Hi chat. Hi chat. Hi chat. Ask me 10 questions on different themes, different genres. Like you are an interviewer sitting in a panelist and I am going for an interview for an MBA. I asked chat, let's see what happens next. So chat is asking questions. First is on education, second is on career goals, third is economy, technology, social impact, leadership, ethics, current affairs, personality, future vision. So these are the questions that chat asked me. Now let's answer these questions one by one. So I'm going to answer. First question is, what is one learning from your undergraduate journey that you believe will directly help you in MBA program? So one learning that will directly help me in my MBA program from my undergrad is I become disciplined. I become a learning oriented student and I become resilient. So these habits will help me in MBA program. Then question number two, career goals. Why do you think an MBA is essential for your career aspirations? MBA is essential for my career aspiration because it will provide me global career opportunities, then provide me a place, a foundation, a level where I can showcase my leadership skills, finance skill to the world, and work for the company's growth and to make a social impact too. Then third is economy. Do you think India can become a 10 trillion economy by 2035? Why or why not? Yes, I think India can become 10 trillion economy by 2035. Why? Because the development in India that is currently going on is on another level. Means everything is increased. I talk about from different domain of businesses. Every business is growing, export is growing. Yeah, for a while there is a problem in tariffs, but export is growing. Tie-ups is multilateral tie-ups is growing. Companies is performing well. Startup culture is growing. So everything accompanies India's growth, and hopefully we will achieve 10 trillion economy by 2035. Technology. How do you see data analytics transforming decision making in business? Data analytics, I see like data analytics transforming decision making in business. Like when you know that they are data and you know the insight of the data, then you can easily make decision. Not easily, but it will help you to make decision in very easily or very short time or a more correct way because you have the records that okay, these are the scenario that didn't perform well, so I need to change that. You all get this of the all the you all get sorry you get all these insights from the data analytics point of view. So data analytics is helping in decision making. Then in question number 5, social impact. How would you contribute towards bridging the urban rural divide in India? I would simply, if I, mm, let's suppose if I given a task to bridge the urban and rural divide in India. So urban and rural. If I need a bridge, the first thing is the network. There should be a network error. There should be a high efficiency network. Means with road, with train, with airplane, with anyway. Communication can be or traveling can be with anyway. There it is needed. And then second is I will if I talk about why urban is developing fast and rural is not developing that way, because the resources in rural areas are much more, but the opportunities are less. The opportunities are less in rural areas, so I will try to make a infrastructure development in rural areas too, and ask companies to invest in rural areas. So rural area will grow and eventually the gap between rural and urban area will decrease. Then question number 6 was the leadership. Describe a situation when you had to take responsibility for a team in failure. What did you learn? I had okay. Early I have answered this many times, but okay, I'm again saying this that like when I was in graduation, I had to organize a music festival. That music festival In that music festival, I was assigned to make, I was assigned to do marketing and get permissions from the authority. I managed my task and I did it well. But the team members, they they were not able to do that. So eventually, our test was a failure because of that. So that time when everyone was demotivated, I went to them and encourages them that this is the part of life. Means sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. You have to keep moving. Try to be more focused on learning than just crying over the result. I motivated them, and then after next year, then the next year we organized a musical fest that went very successful. Then question number 7, ethics. If your manager asks you to manipulate financial data to show higher profits, how would you respond? If my manager asked me to manipulate financial data to show higher profits, I would deny to do that. Why? Because for me, ethics is more important. Moral values is more important because this is the only thing that is key towards growth of a company. If everyone is not ethical, then the company is going to fail. in just few years. Then in current affairs, what do you think is the biggest challenge India facing today? How can it be solved? For me, what I can see that India is facing uh, many internal disputes nowadays, like language barrier or floods. This is the these are the things that India is facing. So if I talk about the solutions to this problem, it can be we need to make a good infrastructure to manage floods. Like we don't need to just distilling the sink. We need to proper manage a sewage system, proper manage of dam, and another reason of that flood is global warming. So we need to cut down the uses of ACs because we all know that CFC released from carbon cause ozone layer depletion or the ACs or the pollutions, they all are causing global warming because the heat that reaches to sun fail to return back to the space and get trapped into the our atmosphere. That's why temperature of Earth is rising. That is called global warming. Because of that, the glaciers are melting. The speed of melting glacier is increased, and it can also be a reason. It is also be a reason of the flood that came in Himachal. So we need to work on that too. That we cut down the causes of global warming. Then personality. If we asked your friends to describe you in 3 words, would they say? If my friends were asked to describe myself, describe me, they will say he is persistent, he is prudent, he is uh, determined. Now you guys can see that chat again stopped taking my response because maybe we reached to the time limit. But no worries, we answered till 9. I'm just hoping that it don't delete my answer. Just convert my answer into the translation and then respond according to that. But it's buffering. I don't know if I'm visible or not. But yeah, you guys can see what I am showing you. So you guys can see that it is buffering. I don't know how much time it will take, but it's buffering. Yeah, it's still buffering. Maybe it is again going to erase the translation. Maybe. So while it is going on, while it is buffering, I am sharing you something that what I did yesterday. Yesterday I studied grammar and I studied complete grammar. Means all the verbs that are used in English I studied and made into a say made in no short notes to revise it oftenly so that I say everything correctly. I use a sentence structure. I use a tense-based structure. Means when I am saying something, my structure of sentence is correct. So I will revise it daily, and then you guys will see that yeah, now you are improving because just practicing and you're not working on yourself is not going to help you. You need to work on yourself now. You are just coming every day morning and just saying whatever you want. But whether you where you are learning, where you are learning. So for me, learning is also important. So I will revise everything and practice according to that. So finally it converted. Let's see. So you can see chat is saying that I answered 9 questions. Why I answered 9 questions? Because that only take response up to 9 questions. Sorry, took up to. Then you can see the questions first is undergrad, learning for MBA. I said discipline, learning, oriented, resilience. Minor TNCSOs, I became. Okay, you guys can see that I should use I became, not become. So you need to focus on tense, and I am working on that. Then structure, clarity, straightforward. Content accuracy, relevant but generic. Okay. The panel ready answer, you can see that make it more concrete with example. During my undergrad, I learned resilience by balancing academics with competitive exams preparations. This discipline and adaptability will directly help me handle the rigorous demands of an MBA. Then question two, why MBA is essential for your growth? I said it provides me, it opens a global opportunity, leadership, financial skills, social impact. Some reputations, vague phrases, my phrases are vague. You guys can see easily that there is no clarity that what you want to convey or say. Fairly accurate, what means it is much wrong, very wrong. Tightly wordy, highlight specific MBA benefits. MBA will give me structured knowledge in finance, leadership, exposure, and global peer network. It is the bridge between my academic foundation and my goal of leading impactful businesses. Okay, you guys can see India, a 10 trillion economy. India, a $10 trillion economy. Yes, due to growth, exports, startups. I said repetition, then I said lack of specific data. You can see there is no clear data. Then generally correct but optimistic. I said generally correct but not good. It is medium. Structure vocabulary moderate, medium. And start example though. Yes, India has potential to reach $10 trillion by 2035, driven by a young workforce, digital adoption, and growing exports. Okay, but achieving this will require reforms in infrastructure and manufacturing. Okay, data analytics in business helps make better decision with insights. Awkward phrasing means my phrasing is awkward, correct but too simple, need polish, limited, medium. So give real world example. Okay, data analytics transform businesses by turning raw data into actionable insights. For example, retailers use analytics to optimize inventory and predict consumer trends, improving both efficiency and profits. Okay, then bridging urban-rural divide. I said infrastructure connectivity opportunities in rural. Some grammar mistakes. Correct. This direction is correct. slightly disorganized basic medium. For example, this divide, I would focus on infrastructure and digital access in rural India. Initiative like rural skill hubs and better transport networks can attract companies to invest. Okay, the digital access in rural India initiative like rural skill hubs and better transport can attract companies to invest there, creating a balanced growth. Handling team failure. I said music phase did my part, but others failed motivated them. Over detailed grammar errors. Correct but too long. Needs brevity. Simple, medium. Focus on key learning. Okay. In college, I led a music fest where initial condition failed. Instead of blaming, I motivated my peers to refocus. The next year, our event succeeded. I learned resilience and the value of consecutive leadership. Ethics manipulating data. Would deny. I said would deny ethics more important. A strong moral stance. Direction is correct. It is clear. English is basic. Or confidence level is medium. Use example to bridge this. Sorry. So my answer was yeah. Correct. Clear basic. I could phrase more professionally. Okay. I would politely refuse, explaining that integrity is crucial for long-term growth. Manipulating data may bring short-term gains, but damages trust and sustainability. I would suggest transparent alternatives. Biggest challenge India faces: internal disputes, floods, global warming, infrastructure. Too many mixed points, relevant but scattered, not concise, basic, medium. Pick one clear challenge plus solution. Okay. One major challenge is climate related disaster. India must invest in sustainable urban planning and disaster management system. Strengthening infrastructure while reducing emissions can mitigate long-term risk. Okay, you guys can see that these are the panel ready answer. I need to revise this oftenly so that I can do better. I become better every time. So this is about today. That is day 44 of cracking cat in 100 days. Now I have to go to prepare breakfast and lunch because in library I can't prepare lunch, so I need to prepare this today. Means to now. So by then everyone, we will meet again tomorrow.